you're going to turn from 29-time Sports Emmy Award winner Bob Costas into Bob from New York. You're here on the Rich Eisen Show. Bob from New York, you want to chime in on a subject matter involving the National Football League playoffs? Bob from New York?
You know, we have talked about this before, Rich, and thanks for having me on. First time, long time, big fan. Thanks for having me on. And we've talked about this before, and I want to stipulate that this past weekend, okay, Denver and Buffalo, that is a great and exciting game. The Bears and the Rams, incredibly exciting. And the overtimes were also exciting. That camouflages the fact that while they are moving in the right direction, they've made it somewhat fairer. It's still wrong. In the postseason, not in the regular season, do whatever you want. You don't want the games to go long for injury reasons and long season, that's 17 games that may now soon be 18, and you don't want the 1 o'clock games to bleed over too far into the 4 o'clock games. But in the postseason, you have to play a timed period. Now, you can have the competition committee decide what that is. Is it 10 minutes? Is it a full 15 minutes? But you have to play a timed period. It's fairer, and also it restores the strategy and the drama that's missing. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't dramatic, Bears and Rams, it was, but the race against the clock and the strategy that involves is part of the drama of an important football game. And that is missing now under these overtime rules. The great games of this weekend camouflages it, but structurally, if you just look at it in the abstract, it's not fair.
So you want to play a full period, sort of like what I guess football, soccer does. You play a full period, and then so in this case, the field goal by the Rams wouldn't have ended the game. It would have given the Bears, or I guess McVay would have taken more time off to leave the Bears with little time left to retaliate.
Yeah, if possible. You know, when it was purely sudden death,
right.
Of course, those old enough to remember, and I was 6, and I vaguely remember the game. You know, when Johnny Unitas and the Colts beat the Giants in the first sudden death that we ever saw,
right,
then people thought that was just great. But when the Patriots beat the Falcons, now it doesn't take the Falcons off the hook for blowing a 28-3 lead, and it doesn't take anything away from the great comeback and all the terrific plays that were part of it by the Patriots. But the Patriots won the flip, took it down the field, scored a touchdown, and the game was over. Matt Ryan was the MVP, never touched the ball. And under those rules, it happened twice to Aaron Rodgers in the postseason. It happened to Drew Brees. It happened to Patrick Mahomes, and on and on. So you don't want that to happen. It works against the theater of the NFL, which usually the NFL is so good at emphasizing. Have they made it better now? Yes, they've made it better. Each team is guaranteed a possession, at least one possession. And now what you do, if you win the flip, you say, we'll kick off. You want the ball second because then you know what you need.
Right.
You know if a field goal will do it, if a field goal ties it, if you need a touchdown to tie it. But on the other hand, if either an initial score is matched or neither team scores, then a huge advantage reverts to the team that got the ball first, because numerically they're always going to have one more possession. If you play a time period, you're playing real football. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.